Zarah often describes the doctor, particularly as a philosopher. Hmm, why is that so? So now let's take a look to Rizal's political and social philosophies.
In Rizal's political view, a conquered country like the Philippines should not be taken advantage of, but rather should be developed, civilized, educated, and trained in the science of self government. He criticized in publications the apparent backwardness of the Spanish rulers' method of governing the country, which resulted in the bondage and slavery of the conquered, the Spanish government's requirement of forced labor and forced military service upon the natives, the abuse of power by means of exploitation, the government ruling that any complaint against the authorities was criminal, and making the people ignorant and fanatic, thus discouraging the formation of a national sentiment. Rizal's guiding political philosophy proved to be the study and application of reforms, the extension of human rights, the training for self-government, and the arousing of spirit of discontent over oppression, brutality, inhumanity, sensitiveness, and self-love. The basic political reforms: first, the restoration of Filipino representation to the Spanish Cortes and freedom of the press. Second, reorganization of the administrative machinery. Third, the adoption of comprehensive examination and the publication of its results, and allowing Filipinos to have same opportunity with the Spaniards to hold government office. And last, justice is the foundation of society and the government. Rizal's concept of government and politics, Max Weber, defines government as monopoly of the legitimate use of physical power. In Spanish bureaucrat, Rizal wrote, "In order to govern people he does not know or understand, he ought to possess the talent of a genius and extraordinary knowledge." Rizal's definition of basic political terms. Political culture is a set of ideas, values, and attitudes about government and other political process held by a community or nation. Political socialization, defined as the process by which people at various stages of their lives acquire views and orientation about politics. Political ideology is a comprehensive and logically ordered set of beliefs about the nature of people and about the institutions and role of government. Nationalism is the idea of oneness by a group of people who possess common traditions, a shared history, a set of goals, and a belief in a specific future. Representative government is the notion that the people have an inherent right to sit in a chamber that determines their future. And last is democracy. It is a government in which all power is shared by citizens, is labeled as democracy. Let's go on the social philosophy. That body of knowledge relating to society, including the wisdom which man's experience in society has taught him, is social philosophy. The facts dealt with are principles involved in nation building and not individual social problems. The subject matter of this social philosophy covers the problems of the whole race, with every problem having a distinct solution to bolster the people's social knowledge. Rizal's social philosophy dealt with man in society, influential factors in human life, racial problems, social constant, social justice, social ideal, poverty and wealth, reforms, Youth and Greatness, History and Progress, Future Philippines. These dealt with man's evolution and his environment, explaining for the most part human behavior and capacities like his will to live, his desire to possess happiness, the change of his mentality, the role of virtuous women in the guidance of great men, the need for elevating and inspiring mission, the duties and dictates of man's conscience, man's need of practicing gratitude, the necessity for consulting reliable people, his need for experience, his ability to deny, the importance of deliberation, the voluntary offer of man's abilities and possibilities, the ability to think, aspire, and strive to rise, and the proper use of heart, brain, and spirit, all of these combining to enhance the intricacies, beauty, and values of human nature. All of the above serve as Rizal's guide in his continuous effort to make over his beloved Philippines.
Ano ba yung mga manaiambang ni Dr. Cesar bilang para sa mga kabataan sa kanya? So, isang halimbawa, yung pag-aaral na mabuti at the same time yung pagbabasa. Pagbabasa, yun ang number one na naging dahilan rin sa kung bakit siya naging matalino. Kasi habang nabubuhay tayo, continuous learning tayo. Yan, napakaraming nagawa ni Dr. Cesar sa unang naihambag para sa pag-aaral natin sa ngayon. Kasi number one, siya kaya sabi na kabataan daw isang pag-asa ng bayan, which is kung pagbabalikan natin yung mga ginawa nila during his time or during his Spaniard, napakarami sa pamamagitan ng katulad ng kanyang mga nobelang mga nagawa at doon sa pagsusulat niya sa mga kanyang mga pahayagan habang siya nasa Europa. So, bakit kailangan ba natin sabihin na maging halimbawa si Dr. Cesar bilang para sa mga kabataan sa kayo? So, para sa akin, kung susundan natin yung mga yapak at mga gawain ni Dr. Cesar, siguro mas marami pang Rizal na lalabas o mas matatalino mga kabataan at magiging matagumpay ang kanilang buhay. At ang gusto ko lamang, hindi ako against sa mga ginagawa ng Spaniard, kundi ang kinaayawan ko lamang yung mga doing of the Spaniard. Yung pagmamulupit, yung politiko na instead na yung politiko is fair, hindi. Iba yung pagkakaano parang ito Spaniard, once na ikaw Spaniard, ikaw Pilipino, ang layo mo. Indio nga ang tawag sa atin. Ibig sabihin, mangmang, bobo, walang alam. So, ganun ang ginagawa sa atin ng mga panahon na yan. Bubuhay pa si Rizal, matino ang Pilipinas. Maaring maayos ang ating kalalagyan ngayon at yung pamilya natin wala nag-iirap dahil pagkapantay pa. Yung, ang laki ng kaibahan kasi. Kaya nga, si Rizal, para sa akin, ang pambasang bayan. Kasi without Dr. Cesar, hindi mabuhusan ang kaisipan ng mga mamayang Pilipino para matutong lumaban. O nga daw, kung wala daw magpapalipin, walang magpapalipin, walang maalipin. So, equal rights ang pinaglalaban kung naisundan yung mga ginawa ni Rizal nung siya yung mga ginawa niya nung siya nabubuhay pa. Siguro yung gobyerno natin ngayon nag-aaral tayo ng libre, bugla tayo ng LRT libre, lahat yan magiging libre yan. Kasi equal rights, magiging masaya, hindi magugutom ang Pilipinas kung susundan yung mga
5 surprising and interesting facts about the Rizal that you probably didn't know. Number 1. His surname was not actually Rizal, but Mercado. He was born Jose Protasio Mercado Rizal y Alonzo Rialonda.
Number 2. Most Filipinos think that Rizal died because he is totally against the Spaniards and he wanted total freedom from them. But the truth is that Rizal only appealed for equal rights. Filipino be treated as equal human. Rizal questioned their way of governing and how they abused Filipinos
used to be called as Indios.
Number 3. Just like other Filipinos who are eagerly trying their luck to win the lottery, Rizal joined such gambling where he won 1/3 of the grand prize, 18,000 pesos, with a ticket number 9736.
Rizal mastered not 1, not 2, not 3, and not even 10 languages, but he mastered 22 languages.
Those are Hebrew, Filipino, Ilocano, Bisaya, Cebuanon, Chinese, Latin, Spanish, Greek, English, French, German, Arabic, Malay, Sanskrit, Dutch, Japanese, Catalan, Italian, Portuguese, Swedish, and Russian.
Number 5. 3 animal species were named after Rizal. These are Draco rizali, species of flying dragon, Rachoporus rizali, species of toad, and Apogonia rizali, beetle species.
Number 6. Monuments in honor of Jose Rizal is not only found in the Philippines, but in different parts of the world, like